Tobermory is the capital of, and the only borough on, the Isle of Mull in the Scottish Inner Hebrides. It is located in the northeastern part of the island, near the northern entrance of the Sound of Mull. With a current population of approximately 700, the town was founded as a fishing port in 1788. Its layout based on the designs of Dumfriesshire engineer Thomas Telford. Etymology: the name Tobermory is derived from the Gaelic Tobermory, meaning Mary's Well. The name refers to a well located nearby which was dedicated in ancient times to the Virgin Mary. History: legend has it that the wreck of a Spanish galleon, laden with gold, lies somewhere in the mud at the bottom of Tobermory Bay, although the ship's true identity and cargo are in dispute. By some accounts, the Florentier, a member of the defeated Spanish Armada fleeing the English fleet in 1588, anchored in Tobermory to take on provisions. Following a dispute over payment, the ship caught fire and the gunpowder magazine exploded, sinking the vessel. In her hold, reputedly, was £300,000 worth of gold bullion. Other sources claim the vessel was the San Juan de Sicilia, which, records indicate, carried troops, not treasure. Whatever the true story, no significant treasure has ever been recovered in Tobermory Bay. The largest attempt made to locate the galleon was in 1950 when the then Duke of Argyll signed a contract with the British Admiralty to locate the galleon. Nothing came of the attempt, apart from the development of equipment still used today to locate ancient sunk vessels. Due to similarities in sailing conditions, in the mid-1800s emigrant sailors created the community of Tobermory, located in Ontario, Canada. This namesake town has twin harbours, known locally as Big Tub and Little Tub, which sheltered ships from the severe storms of Lake Huron. Big Tub Harbour is Canada's largest natural freshwater harbour. There are numerous shipwrecks nearby, so it is a thriving scuba diving destination. During World War II, Tobermory was home to Royal Navy training base HMS Western Isles under the command of the legendary Vice Admiral Sir Gilbert Stevenson. The so-called Terror of Tobermory's biography was written by broadcaster Richard Baker, who trained under him. Attractions: many of the buildings on Main Street, predominantly shops and restaurants, are painted in various bright colors, making it a popular location for television programs, such as the children's show Balamory. The borough hosts the Mull Museum, the Tobermory Whiskey Distillery, the Isle of Mull Brewery, the Arts Centre and Tober, as well as Mull Aquarium, the first catch-and-release aquarium in Europe. The clock tower on the harbour wall is a noted landmark. Just outside Tobermory is the Mull Theatre, which is used by youth and adult dance and drama groups, hosting a wide variety of performances. 71% of Tobermory residents were born in Scotland, 23% in England and 6% elsewhere. Tobermorite, a calcium silicate hydrate found near Tobermory in 1880, was named after the town. Notable residents: 3 generations of the town's McIntyre family have achieved eminence. Colin McIntyre is a singer-songwriter. His brother is BBC Scotland's sports Kenny McIntyre, and his late father, also called Kenny, was BBC Scotland political correspondent, while his grandfather was the so-called Bard of Mull, poet Angus McIntyre. The late accordionist Bobby MacLeod lived in the town from his birth in 1925 until his death in 1991, and owned the Mishnish Hotel. Another Tobermory native was Donald MacLean, who emigrated to Canada before he was 20 and became a fur trader and explorer for the Hudson's Bay Company in the New Caledonia and Columbia Department fur districts, rising to the position of chief trader at Thompson's River Post in the then colony of British Columbia. He was the last casualty of the Chilcotin War of 1864. His half-breed sons were known as the Wild MacLean Boys and were tried and hanged for murder. Annual events: The visit of the composer Felix Mendelssohn in 1829, en route to Staffa, is commemorated in the annual Mendelssohn on Mull festival in early July. Other highlights of the town's calendar include an annual traditional music festival held on the last weekend in April, the local mod, which takes place on the second Saturday in September and has established itself as one of the best local mods on the circuit. The Mull Fiddlers Rally also in September, and the traditional Mull Highland Games held every summer. Literary associations. The fictional town of Torbay in Alistair MacLean's novel When Eight Bells Toll was based on Tobermory, and much of the 1971 movie was filmed in the town and other parts of Mull. The writer Saki gave the name to a talking cat in one of his most famous short stories, and two well-loved children's TV series have made use of the town's name. Elizabeth Beresford called one of the Wombles Tobermorian. More recently, the town played host to its almost namesake Balamory for 3 years. Other films made in the area include the 1945 Powell and Pressburger classic I Know Where I'm Going. In the children's animated feature, Nocturna, the cat shepherd's faithful cat is called Tobermory. Transport. Ferries sail between Tobermory and the mainland to Kilcoen on the peninsula of Arden and Mercon, but principal access to the island is via ferry between Oban and Craignure. Craignure is some 22 miles from Tobermory. This is the main route for visitors to the island. An additional ferry route is between Loch Allen on the mainland to Fishnish.